Peace, blessings, and greetings, everybody. Just wanted to share the fact that I know exactly who I am because of this man that you see behind me. My father, my everything. He lost his mother when he was 8 years old, and his father died when he was 16. He didn't have any brothers or sisters. His brothers and sisters were, of course, his cousins, first cousins. And so family has always been something that was very, very special to him. So my dad was someone that was adamant about writing things down. He was very much in tune with emotions and feelings. And I always wondered why, but it makes sense now with the tragedies that I see that he endured. And I reflect on what I see in my own life as well, feeling like an outsider, feeling like a stranger, in your own family. So having people in your life, and especially a man that is so emotionally in tune, validates the fact that I know that my dad was an empath too, very much in tune with people from all walks of life. It didn't matter. And I definitely know, of course, he wasn't anti anything, very pro Black, never ashamed of his country, our origin of birth, Bermuda, very, very proud. And I wouldn't be who I am had it not been from some of the things that I know that he wrote down, because if you have learned some things along in your journey, you'll realize the things that are passed down from your parents, not just genetics, but emotional things, emotional traumas, things that probably don't surface until certain tragedies. Or I can just imagine with my dad having me, my mother didn't want a girl child, but my father did. So I know that I'm a direct reflection of his love, the manifestation of his love. So there was no coincidence as to why he named my middle name is Rosina, after his mother. And my mother made sure that I was named after my Nana, Louise. So it's just amazing. And I just wanted to share just some letters. The letters that from my father keep me going. His spirit is still alive. He's with me each and every day. And I am just stepping into who I know I was created to be. And it's a beautiful thing. But I just want everyone to realize, and if you do, or if you've ever been touched by a divine masculine or divine feminine, hold them close, cherish them. And a lot of times those people, some people that are touched by folks like us, have no idea who they're getting into. But I just want to share the love that made me. My daughter and I are separated by miles of ocean. Her mother and I don't live together. Recently, she celebrated her 6th birthday. I think of her daily with much love, some guilt, and a little bit of fear. My immediate concerns are for her welfare, her health, her body, and mind. I feel pride in her growth and development, love for her face and smile, her hug, and apparent love for me. My love for my children, especially my daughter, is very real. It makes the distance that exists between us painful, fearful, and guilt-producing. I am a product of a one-parent home, and even though I didn't really feel as if I've missed anything, I never would have imagined my daughter or sons to have had any less than 2 parents in the home to receive the love and care of mother and father. The results of time have made me semi-faithless children? What would they think of me? I could tell my daughter that I would be the best father in the world, that we could develop a good relationship. But she could also say I'm lying because I'm never there when she wakes up in the morning or at night to read her a story. Her eyes could say, if you are my father, should you be able to live with the most wonderful woman in the world, her mother? Or even worse, her eyes could reflect the fact that I come and go like some neighbor. I see fathers playing with their children. I envy them. Shame. I don't believe I'm different from most other men, and that I love my daughter, feel guilty because I'm not there with her, and feel afraid that my absence may eventually make her turn her back on me. Fathers who live with their children are able to play, have fun in the evenings, the privilege of seeing his daughter learn and grow. He also has the pleasure of knowing that he is helping his daughter learn to cope with the good and bad in this world. I don't have those privileges. What will the words daddy and father mean to my daughter? I live with the hope that the counts won't have to be many. The counts don't care about families, especially Black ones. The two people who care most about our daughter are her mother and I, and regardless how they feel about each other. They have to make something out of themselves for their children. Now I take what little time I can with her because they're so incomplete. And whenever I'm able to visit her, we both know it's going to be too short. I've become an occasional playmate to her. Can we truly relate as father and daughter? My fears are many. Whatever time she spends together is not enough. My fears are also compounded by the possibility that some other mom may eventually take my place in my daughter's life. I do not like that idea of some other man raising my daughter. Not because he may not be a good father or be abusive. Her mother has more sense than that. But just because he will be in the same house. He may take my place, not in my daughter's life, but in my daughter's heart. And I hate the thought of that. In some ways, I think my attitude is silly and selfish. However, I believe we shall overcome the disdain of the relationship that men have. And I will always be her father, and she will always be my daughter. So that pretty much concludes like the letter that he was writing to me. And it's just so good on this side because there is no other man. No one on this earth that could take the place of my father because he was everything.